can see some leaves behind both of us.
Yep.
Alright.
Alright, it's already recording, and I'm starting the audio.
Alright.
Oh, this is weird.
Oh, this is weird, man.
This is weird, man.
Alright. You ready? Alright. Welcome to the Tyler Matthews Show. I'm Tyler Matthews here live with my boy Pedro. How's it going?
Nice to see you guys. It's going all right.
Yeah?
You know, can't complain. $7,000 tax bill.
$7,000 tax bill.
Yeah, I prefer to call it $7K just because it feels cooler. If you're gonna pay a bill, might as well try to make it cool. But you know, this is.
Yeah? I don't even know about tax bills these days. They're not sending us any more money, so I stopped paying attention.
No, I never got any of that money.
You didn't get any money? You weren't on the PPP fraud? Come on.
No.
All the hot people were doing it, you know?
Yeah, everybody, all jokes aside, it was like everybody in Atlanta doing it. I'm from Brooklyn and I know how that goes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, anytime you gotta fill out some paperwork to get money, that's called a paper trail.
Oh, so
like you have to show ID to get money.
Street smarts here. He knows not to have the paper trail.
No paper trail.
Yeah, you
anything you give in cash, yeah. Cash is the way to go. If you have to apply for the money, and you know they say you have to give your government like your social, your driver's license, anything like that. It's like eventually it bites you in the ass.
You saw some people get taken down, huh?
Just like the a lot of people you know, the notorious people, the rich and famous people. All jokes aside, like I think some people from some reality TV shows, you know, like with matching hat and shoes type of thing. You know, they take off the hat and the inside of the hat matches their jacket.
So the Wesley Snipes people, the IRS, you know.
Yeah.
Hit squad.
All the people who don't really believe in taxes, like Wesley.
Yeah. Al Capone, that's how they got
Al Capone, yeah.
Yeah.
He was talking smack, he got taken down.
Right.
You know. The famous or infamous Leona Helmsley.
Who is that?
That was a chick during the 80s, New York City. She said, like, Leona Helmsley. She literally said, only the little people pay taxes.
Only the little people pay taxes.
Ironic because she looked like one of the little people.
Oh, like, really?
Munchkin,
5'5" or lower.
4'9".
4'9". That's
5'5". You know, 5'1" on paper.
5'5". She probably changed she didn't care about what was on the paper, so I'm sure she wrote a higher height.
No, just more evidence of fraud.
More evidence of fraud, right?
Yeah. She got locked up and everything. Like she put down like a pool in her apartment, on her taxes. Which I can see why she would argue because it's an improvement. You know what I mean? It's a property. But it's like when you start bragging about the taxes for little people, that's whatever.
Yeah. It's one thing that's what I heard. When you get caught or they hit you up, the best move is to be humble. If you're like, fuck you, it only escalates the situation.
Yeah, because they're sort of untouchable. Like, you know what I mean? I used to have an accountant, like he was like a former IRS employee. And he would argue you can negotiate anything. But like, it didn't make sense to go talk to him because he's like one of those people. Like if you pay him for a day, he's like $2,500 a day.
Damn, $2,500 a day.
Which makes sense if you owe like $60,000, $100,000. Because you can go in there and look.
Just to go talk to you. Imagine having a price tag like that for your time. You know?
I can't imagine.
You can't imagine that.
I'm a city employee. You know
There's so many people I want to charge after the fact. Like, you know, when you're just in the bodega and someone's giving you an ear beating or something, you know, I just want to be like $50.
50 pesos.
Yeah.
Try it in Spanish.
Like, what? Yeah, I'll try it in Spanish.
Try it in Spanish, bilingual. Yeah.
I don't know. There's so many people that waste my time with conversation. I feel like I want to charge them after the fact
I know the feeling.
You know?
I know the feeling.
Where they took some of your time and you weren't.
Oh, they ask you a question, then they're gonna ignore your advice.
Oh man.
That's the worst. Whenever I ask you for advice, I always take it. Makes sense or not.
But there's some people who just jump into the advice game without any
real
estimates or some quotes. You know, you gotta get a customer quote.
Yeah.
You know, $100.
You know, like I'm a teacher, so it's like I don't to be asked questions. Like if you don't want the answer, don't fucking ask me. You know what I mean? Don't fucking ask me.
Be ready for the truth.
Be ready for the truth.
Don't come with some half-hearted question.
Don't come with your bullshit. You know, like I'm not gonna agree with you for no reason.
Right.
And my thing is like, and I always preface it: short answer, long answer.
Mm.
You know what I mean? If you want the long answer, I can explain it all to you. All your deficiencies, all your mistakes.
All your deficiencies, all your.
Well, I did notice, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but the whole thing is like, all jokes aside, is like, you know, I even suffer this. I'm great at giving advice because I can see your problems quite clearly. My own, I can't see the shit.
Yeah.
Not even if I write it down. I tried writing it down and like I'm looking at it, and it still doesn't make sense.
I'm the same way. I'm really good at picking out what I don't like in people. But
yeah, like where they're failing, all they have to do is tweak this and tweak that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, number one, it's like, you know, they have to get over their own little issues. Everybody has to get over their own little issues. Because it's like, in some way, in some form, those maladaptive behaviors have proven adaptive for them, in their eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, the classic line, you point at someone, there's 3, 4 fingers, or well, there's 3 fingers, I guess, pointing back at you.
That's why I did this.
It's like that. That's when you give that advice, you go like this, and listen to what you need to do with your life.
Yeah. But like literally, like a book that helped me for a little bit was like the 4 Agreements. Have you ever?
Oh, I have it on my wish list.
Yeah.
What's your top takeaway from 4 Agreements?
I don't even remember. That's why I'm not using it anymore. But like I got into some argument with some lady at the library this week.
About the 4 Agreements?
No, like the 4 Agreements would help me like 2 months ago. But like now I need like a refresher. You know what I mean? And it's like.
What were you arguing with the lady about?
Well, she sits next to me. Right?
After you were pointing at her.
Right? I didn't point at her. Like I was in the 4 Agreements on Tuesday when she started with me. And then like she's like complaining about how I'm using too many outlets and like the desk and whatever.
How many outlets were you using?
Only 2. There's about 50% outlets. You know?
So you took 50%?
I closed the little door on the rest of the outlets. And,
Uh-huh.
you know, I put my little charger there so it doesn't get hot. But you know, what you gotta do is move.
Was she wanting to plug something in?
Silliness. She wanted to plug things in, unplug things. And I was sort of in her way, I get it. But like, I'm like a nice guy. Like I was like, oh, I apologize. Move my stuff. And then when I saw she had plugged this stuff in, you know, put it right back the way I like it. You know what I mean?
I don't know what the big controversy is with unplugging and plugging things in.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But like, she just figured that like, you know, this is like a public space and whatever. But my thing is, you know, everything I needed to know, I learned in kindergarten type of thing. I was here first. So as far as I was concerned, that was my plugs.
That was yours.
And I let her use them, graciously, I might add. Graciously, didn't complain. So she plugged the little stuff in. And then like to unplug her stuff, I had to move my stuff. But like I was very nice about it and whatever. And then like she muttered something.
She mutters under her breath while you're being so gracious.
While I'm being so gracious.
With your time and your land that you conquered.
I was there first. You know, did I mention that? So it was like, you know, I was nice enough to not hear it.
Mm.
You know, I could have muttered my own stuff.
So you let it go.
So as we
you're just.
I let it ride. I let it go.
You're just a Gandhian.
4 Agreements. 4 Agreements.
Oh, okay.
4 Agreements, bitch.
You know she gets 4 agreements, basically.
4 agreements,
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So like I just ignore her and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And as she leaves, she says some shit under her breath, a little louder.
Everybody's
Everybody's louder as they walk away.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "You're acting like the library is yours."
Oh, wow.
So I was just like,
"You're acting like the library is yours."
Meanwhile, I'm sure I pay more taxes than her, but that's.
Oh!
I was here first. I pay more than you in
agreement.
taxes. I belong here. You know, right? So she was over her quota almost.
Mm-hmm.
And then like on Thursday, like she got the librarian to talk to me. Like
so you saw her twice.
Yeah, so it was like, I think I've seen her more times,
Uh-huh.
but like, you know, like, I hadn't noticed her, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right?
So this is a person you see around the places, you know.
Yeah, but like, you know, like literally all jokes aside, like I'm working here, right? So it's like I had no time to like engage her or say hi, because you know sometimes people take that personally. So then like she brought the librarian over to tell me, you know, that I was loud.
Oh, now you're loud.
Now
So not only are you taking all the blood,
I take up space.
So you're taking all the space.
Yeah.
Now you're being loud.
So I was like done. But I was still, you know.
Were you being loud?
Probably.
But you pay your taxes.
But I paid my taxes, and I was here first. Again.
Right, oh, okay.
Again.
You're always beating
Both
her
in
to the
time.
place, right?
Yeah, I'm always beating her to the place. Plus, I was coming in October, you know, so, you know, long story short, like, I move over, I'm starting to move myself over to give her space.
Graciously again.
Graciously.
No, not muttering.
With a smile. I'm not muttering.
No
not
muttering.
muttering. Because I'm like, peace and love, you know what I mean? And then, like, she says, you know what, you can pick your stuff up and go sit over there. She says, or you can sit over there.
Oh, so she's doing a little point. She's doing a little
like,
redirecting.
Redirecting.
A little program director. This is
And
now her library.
It's almost her library, like she was here first.
Yeah,
right?
Like she paid more taxes.
Yeah, she paid more taxes than me, right?
Okay.
So I just look at her, and you know, and I go with the flow for a second. That was about all I could manage. And I look and I go, okay, right there. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, over there. She's like, yeah. I was like, I have an idea. Why don't you pick yourself up and you go over there or over there? Let's try that one. And then she
very creative. It's almost
I
like,
thought it was pretty creative.
Yeah, where'd you pick this tactic up?
Where did I pick this tactic up, you know? And then she was like flabbergasted. I said, why don't you try that shit?
What flabbergasted? I imagine she put her hand on her heart and she went, oh.
She started to, but you know,
She didn't
I wasn't done yet.
Oh, you were still letting her know all the agreements you read about. The fourth agreements.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm for agreements, so she's got two right there. So it's like, I just go to her, I was like, you can try that shit. Instead of being all fucking on top of me every time you come in here. And then I go like this, graciously. I was like, dude, here's all the seats you can take. Awesome. You don't have to be next to me. And as my mother would say, we weren't born together.
Oh,
let's try that.
That's a good line.
Yeah.
You're not twins.
Not twins.
Yeah.
And so then she crossed the line, all jokes aside, because I said all of that, I still managed to say it very sarcastically, but very nicely. So like it would take you a second to process it, to realize what I said.
So you're saying your delivery wasn't
harsh.
You were keeping it.
I was
a little sass, maybe.
A little sassy.
A little sass. Yeah.
I was being a sasshole, maybe.
A little hot sauce on that.
A little hot sauce on that comment.
Yeah.
You know, serving it up. But then like she's like, why don't you get up and move yourself?
Wow.
I was like, oh, you're telling me what to do.
Did she do the hand thing?
She did do it. She did do the hand thing.
Did you do any of the hand thing back? My favorite thing to do is to do gestures back at people.
No, I resort to the name calling.
I immediately
go to rate.
Come on, that's
like.
If you're gonna start that game, you gotta have a lot of names. You gotta be ready for the long haul. You can't come into the name calling game.
I was called Robusto in Italian.
Robusto. I
never
saw that Sopranos episode.
So.
What's a Robusto? Is it
fat?
Oh, it's fat.
Anyway, so I go like this. I was like, I'm moving because I want to move. I was like, and I look at the librarian. I was like, some little fat chick is not going to tell me to move.
Wow, we had so much build up to this point. Wes, do you hear this? He's just. Oh my goodness.
Then she really was
the crimes committed in the library.
Because she didn't see that coming. And then like she said some sassy shit. She came back with her sassy shit. And I was like, watch yourself. And then like she like hinted that she might put her hands on me.
Whoa, can we take a pause? So many things happened. So many dominoes.
It was quick.
Many dominoes
that
have fallen.
That fat comment.
The dominoes have fallen.
The fat comment just zeroed the takes people 0 to 60. Yeah.
No. We had so much. I feel we're like at the apex of the tension that was in the library. Right? This is a lot too. This is a
Not
quiet.
that I'm endorsing maltreatment of anyone.
Mm.
The 4 agreements say not to do that shit. To like try to comprehend people and realize they got their own little tapes or something.
A little compassion, like there's this little crazy girl,
empathy.
a crazy woman in the library.
Yeah.
You know.
Probably lusting after me or something. You know what I mean? Why would you sit next to me?
Why not? Why not? Let's build
after
the
you've already
narrative.
realized you don't like me, right or wrong.
Control. This is the second time she's seen you.
Second time she's seen me, and not only is she sitting close to me, she's now come to the other side and sat next to me.
It sounds like you did your best to not be connecting with her, but she was forcing the connection.
Yeah, dude, because like I'm like, you know, like I'm in this little stage where like I'm not looking for a relationship or anything like that. Like, so, because it's just like whatever. I'm not sure I'm in the right place.
So you just didn't have an openness to you. You didn't look.
I didn't have like.
You didn't have a big welcome sign.
No welcome sign.
Welcome to Pedro's space.
No, you know.
Gladly inviting
Shopping
all.
for crazy.
Yeah. This is
I'm
an open
done
house.
with crazy. You know what I mean? Nothing. So it was just like, you know, but it was the whole thing, and then like, you know.
So she invaded the space.
Invaded my space.
She invaded you twice.
And this time, because she made that little comment, I thought about it, and I said, you know, well, maybe there's something to it. Maybe some people, they're interpreting my use of the plugs as aggressive. So, on this...
Are there more plugs in the library, though?
There are plugs everywhere.
Everywhere.
Where the bitches at?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Right?
Yeah.
So, like, but this time I didn't close the little door on the little plug.
Uh-huh.
Right? Which seemed to maybe have provoked her. So, like, now I had my little plug and I got my little charger, like, next to it, like, kind of half on. But the little door's open, you can play around with it.
Yeah.
Whatever, I thought maybe that set her off. And, like, to be honest, I hadn't even noticed her, like, arrive. Because I'm literally doing my job, I'm working. Right? And, no. Like, I was very proud of her later when she came to apologize.
She came to apologize after you called her fat.
Kudos. Called her fat.
Kudos to her.
Kudos to the fat girl. Kudos to this nice lady.
Yeah, kudos to her. She read the 4 agreements.
Yeah, she read the 4 agreements. You know, she might have had time. You know, you know. So, you know, I didn't finish the 4 agreements. I got up to page 75, but it was pretty good. So I figured there's more to say.
Yeah, that's enough.
I made it to maybe the first agreement, something like that.
No. You got the concept down.
I got the concept down. You know, the rest is like filler.
It's intro.
Yeah. It could be called the 1 agreement. You know
Yeah. There you go. The 3 are just.
This guy might have got paid by the word. We don't know. And, you know.
Fair enough.
But all jokes aside, like I did try to be nice.
But you called her fat, and then.
Which I can do because I am fat.
There you go.
The same way that if I want to, I can make fun of Mexican people. I can make fun of New Yorkers. I'm from New York.
Fair enough. It's part of your.
I think that's unreal.
Your portfolio of shame.
Code of conduct. You know. Shame fat people.
Yeah. I can shame fat people. Shame
obnoxious people.
Shame New Yorker.
New Yorkers is on the list.
Shame other people who take chargers at the library.
Yeah.
Or you go to the airport. You're like, I see your game.
I see you playing.
Yeah, I see your.
That phone's on 100%.
Yeah,
just hiding the charger. You know, which people will do, by the way.
You know, yeah. Some people they get like real panic when their phone gets like under 30% or something.
Yeah.
I was having lunch with someone yesterday, and she saw my phone and went to 20%. She goes, "How can you let it get there?" Like,
magic. Magic.
Yeah, it was like it stressed her out that my phone was about to die.
Really?
Isn't that weird?
Did she check it for you?
Maybe she was just using it as an excuse to check her phone.
Did she check your messages to make sure that message component of your phone was still working with 20%?
No, I think she really does have anxiety about her phone being on.
Really?
Maybe like someone might call, a family member or something. I'm not attached to my phone like that. How about you?
No, not really. Like I kind of enjoy when it dies.
I do what I told her
Like a-
too.
like
That
a
was
feeling
my
like
line.
that.
I said it's fun when it dies, because then I
Yeah.
don't even have an excuse to look at it or do anything.
No, and then like there's like a Christmas song, like present unwrapping. You know, when you open it up, you know, I'm sure there are like 20 messages waiting for me when I finally get to charge it.
That's right, a little delayed gratification.
DM me, you won.
Yeah.
You know, those messages, those important messages.
Those important messages you get from the Russian bots.
The Russian bots, yeah. They've stepped it up because they need more Bitcoin.
They need, yeah. Russia, do they do Bitcoin or do they? China doesn't do Bitcoin. I know.
China claims to not like Bitcoin, but a lot of Bitcoin whales come from China.
Really?
You can kind of see it, where like in the government that wants to control the populace, you don't want them to have like independence when it comes monetarily.
Mm-hmm.
And you can kind of see that a little bit with Russia.
Yeah.
But right now, like Bitcoin would be saving them.
Bitcoin would be saving, but Ukraine got a lot of money. It seems like from Bitcoin donation. Am I right?
That's what they say. That's what they say.
Uh-huh.
But it's like I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Like my theory is, like, and I'm telling people, I'm sharing that now.
No, yeah. This is good.
You can fact check me, like in
No.
6 months in the future.
We like to
I
talk
think
ignorant
Ukraine's
first,
gone.
and then Wes comes in with the Google
Ignorant,
app.
that's what I like.
Yeah. This is,
Nothing like a little ignorant. Yeah, because like it's harmless and it's just bullshit.
yeah, just like you call the
Milk
lady
ice
fat at the library.
Yeah. Because you know, if I had like a couple of drinks in me, she would not be fat.
She might be getting hit on.
Rubenesque.
She might be.
Rubenesque. Couple more drinks, she's kind of hot.
God bless that woman.
Yeah.
You know, she's
The fatter the berry, the sweeter the juice.
more cushion for the
And
cushion.
more cushion for the cushion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vous êtes deux. You have nice eyes.
Is this your Pepe Le Pew?
Yeah, Pepe Le Pew. You have beautiful eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that type of thing. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not above becoming a chubby chaser.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. I lost my virginity to a
I remember that story. She was a cutie though.
She was a cutie. Oh
She
yeah,
was
they
a
showed
cutie.
a picture.
Yeah. Like in the.
Shout out Lacrissa.
Shout out to Lacrissa.
Dude, Lacrissa's an angel in my book.
Remember Big Daddy Pete at Instagram. You know,
Big Daddy P.
holla at me.
Dude. I've been doing a lot of
That's
action
still you?
this week. Yeah, this week was a lot of action.
Action.
Yeah, I need to chill out.
Dude, nothing like you. I'm good at
It's not good when you walk into the living room and all your roommates just start making monkey noises at you.
Really?
Yeah, because that's all they've been hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they think it's funny to do that at me.
Yeah, the girls love you. The girls love you. I've seen you in action.
Yeah. No, I'm a fan of, there's women I care about.
Remember Patrice O'Neal?
Oh, who cannot?
Yeah. With his theory with the rabbits, the bunnies, the deer, and the bears. I'm the bear.
You're the bear. That's also in the gay community, bear is.
Oh, not that kind of bear. Not that kind of bear.
Well, why not?
I misspoke.
Why not?
Huh?
Why not? Why would you not ever be with a man? I'll give you the line.
I think there's a lot of hair.
Is that what it is? It just comes down
It's
to
all
hair?
the hair. Like, I honestly don't know how women do it. Like, you saw I stuttered?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
You feel for them.
you feel for them.
Yeah.
You know? You know why they used to turn off the lights back in the day. You know? It's like, all their hair, like, I've seen guys, like, you know, back in the day with, like, the tank tops, and they got the hair on the back of the neck, on the arms, right here at the top of the arms, hair peeking out right here. That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Rabbit tails, I've seen rabbit tails, where it's like some dude's changing in the gym, and he's got like a little ball of fluff at the bottom of his back.
Oh, no. That's a fucking bat goatee. When you see the goatee on the back above the ass goatee right here.
When he gets real thoughtful, it's
Yeah.
like both of them. Yeah.
You just,
Huh.
That was the thinking man,
Yeah.
Galileo sculpted, or no. Who, you know what, the thinking guy.
No, Rodan.
Who's that?
Rodan.
Rodan. Yeah.
I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it.
Yeah.
But like, dude, I almost got kicked out. Like, I got kicked out, like, never actually kicked out, but I get scolded. Every time I go to like the Brooklyn Museum, they have like a couple of pieces by Rodin.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is like Rodin. And like the sculpture's right there, there's no little rope around it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, he touched it. You know what I mean? Nothing happened, it didn't fall apart.
I think I remember one of our early discussions.
Yeah.
One of our first conversations we've ever had bullshitting around was how you really wanted to touch the artwork, I think, right?
Yeah, because, you know, like nowadays they don't like you to take pictures because of the flash and whatever, and so like they watch it.
In my head, when you're about to do it, and then the same lady who from the library
They can
comes
tell.
and yells at you,
Yeah,
hey, he thinks it's his museum.
But my thing is like,
and then you call her fat,
it's
and
one life.
that's how you deal with most of your situations.
you know, relax. I'm not touching your food. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I was like, you know, this is Rodin. Like, I don't know how long Brooklyn Museum's gonna have this thing.
I remember that was your same rationale too. That it was more you were like just on a quest in the humanity, and like this is like I don't know if I'll ever see this artwork again.
I may never see it in person ever again.
And so why not? Why not put
Why
your
not?
hand on
This
a
is like a
sculpture
genius.
like
I've
this?
seen them only like, you know, like in pictures, and why not touch it?
Why not touch it?
And I see like a little shiny spot on the statue. So some other people have been touching it too. Right or wrong?
But I think the concept is if everyone got to touch it, it probably wouldn't be as special, right?
But my name's not everyone.
Oh, so now
If we don't want everyone to touch it, he shouldn't be touching it.
Oh, now we're getting a little of the spice
Yeah.
that the fat lady got in the library. God bless her.
Sass.
You gotta name her something else. What was her name? Did you ever get her name?
No. Like,
You never.
I thought about it last night. You know.
You should get her some cookies or something. You said she doesn't want to like them.
See, that's mean though.
No, that's
oh my
not
God,
mean.
you're not fat. You can't say that.
She's always
What's wrong
stalking
with
you,
you?
allegedly.
What's wrong with you?
You did the worst. You already did the most. You might as well follow through.
Yeah, I called her a fat chick in front of everybody.
In front of everybody. She's gonna think
Because
about
that's
that
when it works
concept.
the most. Like it's in private.
No, I think it's the worst if you just
in
whisper.
front of
Were you whispering? And guess what?
Shut up, fatty.
Yeah, shit. Yeah. Why don't you go stuff your face? No, I used to be fat too. There's a
When?
right. I had to lose weight to join the military.
Oh.
They were like, you gotta cut 11 pounds. I think.
11 pounds. Wow, you were obese. What was
I
that?
don't know.
2% overweight?
I was just a little bit over. My highest ever been was like 225. I should be like 180, but I'm not. I'm like 200. Whatever.
You'd look sick. All jokes aside.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's real. All jokes aside, but I've seen people that are like their real weight and they look sick.
Yeah.
Their real weight.
Yeah, my real weight, yeah. Well, you're the same guy who told me diabetes isn't real. So I gotta take everything you say.
No. I didn't say that. That's not what I said.
Yeah.
I said something like
There's someone with 1 foot yelling at the screen right now.
No. That's what you make it sound like. I said diabetes is only real for fat ladies. No, that's not what I said. Sure, fat ladies. No. No, I think I said
you have
something.
a problem with big women, huh? Is that your arch nemesis as a big man?
That's my mom's word, arch nemesis.
I think that's your arch nemesis is
You
just
know.
the opposite version of yourself. Right?
You know what it was? Like a female comedian. She was hilarious. I don't remember her name. I have no idea who it was. And she said like she'd never got with a fat dude.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just like,
That hit right there, huh?
no, like it didn't really bother me.
Uh-huh.
I felt a little betrayal, but like it didn't really bother me because I would have never gone out with her, right? But she said something about the nasties slapping together and making like weird sounds.
The flubber rubber.
The flubber, and I was like this, and I thought about that, and like that really grossed me out. And
So got you self-conscious?
No, it was at that point I said no fat chicks. I wrote that down. I was like, that's a good.
So wait.
No.
Wait.
Fat chicks.
Just because you're the body thermodynamics might be just too much.
No, but she was graphic. She talked about sweat and sweat getting into the wrong places and flubber smacking together and this, that, the
But
other.
then at that
It was
point,
just really graphic and really gross. And it, you know, like, once, like, something skeeves you, like, it just skeeves you. It just, there's, like, no going back almost. We'd have to be, like, go into therapy or do something therapeutic. Like, first imagine a fat girl and then sit next to a fat girl at the library, touch a fat girl's hand, you know,
but
something like that.
and with all the women you're ever with, don't they have to deal with that too? So like what?
That's two types of problems.
That's two types of problems.
It is though.
I love your logic games.
There's
They're
my problem,
great.
not my problem. That is really not my problem. That's really not my problem.
At the end of the day, you're 100% right. That isn't your problem.
It
However, a little compassion from the four agreements would say.
I've never made it to that page. I just told you only page 75. That's as far as I
I mean, but in a way that's another.
I've thought about it. All jokes aside, here's the logic.
Mm-hmm.
I can go out with a fat girl
Mm-hmm.
if she looks cute in sweatpants and a sweatshirt.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. If she looks
All
good
the
like
flubber shit you were just talking about
That's
goes away.
gone.
It's gone.
that, it's gone.
If
It's
she
gone.
could just look good.
You don't have to be an 8. You don't have to be a 10. Just look kind of cute in like a little one of those little
I think
outfits.
that most girls can achieve that. No.
No.
It sounds like you put. It sounds like you said something this and then the bar.
The bar's not that high. It's
Yeah.
right here.
But then you're like,
Even fat girls could jump
never
over.
ever would I ever. But then you're like,
But
if you just
yeah, because like I
Just-
figure like
you look good
you
for
know, like
Netflix and
a
chill.
little sweatpants, a little sweatshirt. That's easy to do. You know what I mean?
I
It's
don't-
doable. So if you can do that, then I'm fine with it. That's why God invented light bulbs and light switches.
Mhm. No, yeah, no, he did.
Because 99% of the time we're not all like Tyler Matthews. You know what I mean? We're just gonna watch a little Netflix and maybe eat something. I can do that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I could do that.
In my experience, some big girls are hilarious. My family
Well,
is composed of some
My
big
thing
women.
is, well, like as a slim dude,
Uh,
you have none of that self-consciousness. You never heard that comedian.
no, everyone has this self-conscious.
Say that.
I don't
joke.
care if they're. You could talk to models. I've talked to the most beautiful people I've ever seen in my life. They all have the same. Yeah, but that's
I
what
might
it
have
is.
talked to a few as well.
This isn't a competition.
I
I'm just
talked to a
saying.
few as well.
Then you should know by talking to them. They are usually the most self-conscious. It's not the big fatty that's afraid to walk down the hallway of the high school. Sometimes it's the pretty girl who's also just as afraid.
Always fishing for compliments.
Not even just
Yeah,
always
I know.
fishing. It's just always concerned. You know, it's just anxiety. I think has different faces, and some of them are fat. Some
Why did I know you were going there? I could feel the turbulence.
I don't think there's a problem. I don't think there's a problem at all with.
No, all jokes aside, I think like I'm gonna throw a little age wrinkle in there. No
do
pun
it,
intended,
yeah.
Right?
I'm sure.
It's like if you're young and fat, like
Uh-huh.
young fat girls, like they don't have as much self-consciousness
Mhm.
as the older fat girls.
I heard somewhere recently from a different comedian that fat girls today have skinny girl energy from before. It used to be like, oh yeah, you go girl, look at you, you look so good, right? And I was like a skinny girl, right? But now it's the opposite. You see a big girl and you go, you're beautiful, you are so sexy, da 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 da. Versus a skinny girl these days are more like, oh, they're not anything to cheer. You get what I'm saying?
I've seen that. I've seen that. Like, you know, like while I waste my life like looking at Instagram posts,
Mhm.
and like I saw like 6 fat girls dancing.
Mhm.
Not my idea, not my post, right? And they were big, big. They weren't chubby. They were big.
Mhm.
My dad would call them heavy duty, right? And they were dancing around, and it's like I looked at the comments and I said, I want to see. And just like you said, everybody was cheering them.
Well, you can't put fatty in the comments. I've done that a couple weeks ago. It was a friend of mine, his podcast was coming out, and he was like, the podcast is gonna be late. And I was like, where's the podcast, fatty? And the post that Facebook or Instagram was like, are you sure you want to post this? Because this is hate speech. Like, this will be flagged. So it already, like, you're not allowed to be too mean on those areas.
Yeah, and like to me, like I sort of object to that. Like, I don't think anybody should be bullied, don't get me wrong. But I mean, like something like you said, is just the way two people get along.
Well, yeah, in the context of me saying it, I'm like, I know him, and I know this is whatever, he can handle this is fine. Versus yelling fatty at the 6 girls dancing, maybe that's not the best thing, you know?
Yeah, and in a case like this, you know, like maybe, I think like the person who posted it, they should be allowed to say what they would find objectionable. Like this word, you know, the same way they tag things. I want no fat girl remarks, no this, no that. And like I went in there like suspecting, thinking that everybody would be like pro fat girl comments. And that's what I saw. And to me, all jokes aside, is I literally don't think we should be promoting like being fat as a lifestyle because it's not healthy.
I think that the concept is maybe some people didn't get that nutritional advice ever, you know? Like they were raised with finish your plate.
Put the fork down.
Then, no, don't put the fork down. Opposite. I think it's the opposite. I think most.
Yeah.
I think that majority of people don't get the proper nutrition.
No, you're right.
Or some don't have the access. All right, so did I tell you about my avocado experience?
You know, all these are just jokes, people. We're just
No.
BS.
I used to be fat too. You just have to try hard.
11 pounds.
11 pounds. It would be a little. That's all it takes.
If he got to the bathroom first, it would have been like 8 pounds. But okay.
Just a lot of flushing it out. You can poop out 11 pounds if you try hard enough. You know.
Clip your nails. Get a haircut.
It's like, you know, when people turn in a paper, you know, the periods, you know, they make bigger, extra little spaces, you know.
Extra space.
yeah. You can find 11 pounds of trim.
Adjust the margins.
Yeah. Adjust the margins.
The header and the footer, move it a little bit.
No, so I guess that my weight loss story isn't too inspirational.
Let's hear it though.
But
you thought it was inspirational.
I always called big boy as a kid. Like big boy, like he's a big boy, you know. Like that was I was always like the
floor creak as you walked around the house type of thing.
My mother did. She could make the floor creak, but she was the one feeding me. So like I didn't get like.
You were what's called skinny fat.
Is that what it's called, skinny fat?
Yeah, like you're skinny, but you got that.
I never had a 6-pack ever in my life. Not even close. But I've looked okay, you know. I look acceptable. Yeah.
There's something to be said about that too. Like if you don't have a 6-pack, what's the big deal? That I agree with. The dad bod that they make fun of, or it's kind of getting accepted.
Everyone was making fun of 50 Cent at the halftime show.
Yeah. Because like I thought he looked alright, but what he got is he's not that he's fat. He's got the fat face.
Yeah. To me, 50 Cent had a dad bod. He still looked good, but he looked
like I thought he looked alright.
Like a good dad bod.
But he didn't look like 50 Cent.
No, he didn't look like how he looked in that music video whatsoever.
Yeah. That's like the joke, you know. What happened to 50 cents?
He turned into a dollar.
He's 58.
There you go.
Dun-dun-dun.
No. So what are we talking about here? I don't know. So I don't.
Your weight loss story.
All right. So I don't put too much pressure on people who celebrate fat people because I know a lot of the time is they didn't choose their upbringing.
They weren't chubby? Was that what you?
No. Like it's not like they were always fed good nutritional food and had access to proper nutrition information.
I agree with that, like 1,000,000%. Like I'm trying to eat healthier.
So when you're like 23 and trying to maybe by yourself now trying to figure it out, now you have to do like a whole lifetime of rechanging your palate, nutrition, the concept, you know. You probably have fat friends, you know, so now you gotta, like, there's a whole social thing now to it. versus just like embracing and loving yourself first, and then it kind of helps you get to that route of, okay, now I'm taking care of myself because I love myself, instead of just like,
yeah, I think there should be, if I'm being 100% honest, it shouldn't be fat shaming. It should be more like promoting healthier lifestyles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because at the end of the day, you know, who knows? Like, fat people might take over the earth. If we have World War III.
Well, I think we're always going to be.
Food becomes scarce. All the skinny people die off.
No, then the skinny people
We'll
are
have
going to
no
eat the
more
fat
models.
people. Skinny people eat the fat people.
Too fatty.
Oh, yeah. No, that'll be the first to. You look delicious.
yeah. I just had like a flashback to like Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah, like when Elmer Fudd was always looking at like Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny.
And every once in a while you could see him like his all cooked up type of thing.
That shit, it's part of our human history. It happened.
Yeah. And like somebody pointed out, because like me, just like everybody else, or just like many people, I was freaking out a little bit because I'm saying to myself, wow, like we're really at that point again where we might get into a world war. And then you sort of say to yourself, you know, that how strange, how weird is that? But then you think about all these conflicts all over the world, like Syria, you know, when America went into the Middle East, you know, 92. When did we go again? We went like a bunch of times. You can't even keep track. You know what I mean? Went in there for years. And then you think about North Korea, Vietnam, Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
World War I, World War II.
I don't think it's gonna end anytime soon.
I think that's just the nature of people to be combative. You say that those are my plugs. I was here first. You know,
like you had a war, in the library.
And all jokes aside, like I didn't realize I was wrong until this conversation, because it's like when I said it out loud, it sounded silly. When I said it in my head, it made perfect sense. You know.
What are you talking about? The library, the fat chick?
Yeah, because it was like I wasn't trying to take up the space. It was just there's nobody there. I'm using the plug. I'm here by myself. So I close the little door because I feel like it. Like I don't say, let me leave the little door open in case somebody comes here in 2 hours and wants to use it. Like, I think I'm ordinary when it comes to that.
Yeah.
And if you come in after me and you choose to sit next to me and you want to use that plug, like why would you blame me that I was using it and I got it situated so that it was ideal for me in my little mild OCD. The door must be closed and the plug must be like this and like that, you know? But that's how these conflicts begin. You know what I mean? Because Putin is sitting there somewhere saying, Ukraine belongs to Russia. You know?
Yeah, no, that's...
Because I've looked on maps and Ukraine didn't exist during World War I.
You're right. That's China, you know what China said, right? People are blaming Indonesia being the same concept, like, you know, that China's done to Indonesia what Russia's doing to Ukraine. And what China said, their defense for this was, we didn't fuck up and call them a country.
Really?
Yeah, China's like, we never said Indonesia, Taiwan. They never saw Taiwan. We never said Taiwan was a country.
I was like, dude, I gotta look this up.
Not Indonesia. Sorry, we talk ignorantly here. We got half facts.
Off the cuff.
We got a guy who Googles here, but we haven't put him to work at all. So, yeah, no, they said that Taiwan, we never called Taiwan a country. So Russia, that's where you fucked up.
Yeah. That's weird because it's like when you look back, there's too much of the I was here first type of thing going on.
But you said it's nature, that you did it with the Chargers. You did it. You said you got all set up, you got your OCD action, you thought you were here.
Everything set up just the way I
And then she came in like NATO.
She came in with her OCD.
Yeah.
And it was like, why are you controlling this?
Yeah, what are you doing over here?
50% of the
Chargers. Communism's stupid.
Right? Yeah. You know?
Yeah. She came in trying to to democratize your area.
This is not the democracies.
Yeah.
But it's like all jokes aside, because it's like, let me get real, like, lose all your subscribers.
Where are we going here? We're going Congo.
What you gotta realize, like China thought it belonged, they thought they owned Korea, Vietnam.
Yeah.
What's the other countries over there? See, you got Korea, because
they tried to take Japan at one point.
Japan tried to take pieces of China.
Yeah,
Manchuria.
Everyone's trying to snag some loose
Stack
change.
that bread.
Everyone's trying to stack that bread, baby.
Yeah, and then and then you look at Russia. Everybody's talking about Russia. All of a sudden, Russia's Europe. Have you noticed that? There's like a little blurring of the lines there.
Russia is one of the biggest fucking pieces of land.
Asia.
Yeah. They're big as fuck. Asia. Well, Asia is not.
But when you're right next to China, that's not Europe. Europe's not in China.
Well, that's the thing. They're right above them. They got all that at the top there.
Yeah, that frozen wasteland.
Frozen wasteland.
A lot of real estate opening up with this global warming.
Yeah.
What is it? Climate change now.
Climate change, yeah. For sure. There's gonna be a lot of real estate opening up in Ukraine when they clean it all up.
Yeah. Can you believe they have the most farmland in Europe?
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I heard that because everyone's getting worried about all the sanction and the exporting the goods. Are you worried about gas?
Yes and no. I hate riding the trains. So it's like, I'm just going to keep driving.
There you go. Or you get a Tesla.
I've noticed, though, the traffic is lighter thanks to high gas prices.
Yeah.
So as I stubbornly drive around the city, traffic is lighter. Isn't that
so
great?
you're kind of a fan because you can afford.
I'm kind of a fan.
Yeah. Get the poor people off the road, you say.
Get the poor people. Let them eat cake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just, I figure like, I noticed people aren't driving as fast either. On the highway over here, like I was going about 40.
You think everyone's conserving the gas?
Conserving the gas, bro. And it sounds like a joke, but it's like, like my roustabout's a van. So it's like, that's like 13 miles a gallon. I'm not going to use my nice car to drive around the city. Why would you do that?
Why would you use the nice car to go around the city? Yeah, because you want to conserve that gas, right?
No, people in New York don't know how to park, so they'll mess up your bumpers. They'll steal your mirrors and stuff like that.
Alright, they'll steal your mirrors. This place, how many times have you got your car broken into around here? No? A lot.
Over 10?
Over 10. Wow. That's a thing.
So there's also like little costs to it. Like you get a broken window.
I was making fun of someone at a comedy show earlier because they had a car and we were all peasants and stuff. But in my head it went to the biggie. More money, more problems. He has car problems. I'm making fun of him that he has a car, but he has car problems, and I don't have car problems.
He has insurance.
He's
got gas.
Gotta park it. People break into it. Blah yada yada.
Yeah. Like when they break it into your trunk, now your trunk is basically like a little store.
Yeah.
For like people, because they can see the trunk doesn't work properly.
People
go shopping.
Yeah.
And people are weird. I've had like people throw garbage into my trunk when they have been broken into.
Right.
Because they think it's funny.
They think it is. They just
here's my garbage.
Yeah.
Surprise. Yeah.
Surprise.
And it's not everyone. People. It's just New Yorkers have a sense of humor, I guess.
New Yorkers have a sense of humor. What trash to put in there?
Yeah. And it's
all confetti.
And there have been like loose trash. It'll always be like this little trash bag,
Yeah. People are savages. They'll just throw. And I get it. It looks like there's a lot of trash everywhere. If you're raised in an area with a lot of trash, I think you get desensitized to throwing trash on the ground.
You do. Every once in a while I can see it, though. You know what I mean? Because I have relatives, like, as a kid, you'd be like, oh, you're Preston. New York City, huh? And they'd be like, why is it so dirty? And like, then you go out, next time you went out.
You do get a little what's up from the people, though, if you're like sweeping the sidewalk. They're like, oh, look at him, keeping New York clean. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
And then people they'll give you a little head nod as they walk by, like, thanks for cleaning the street. If you're cleaning something like
I swept the sidewalk like a month ago.
Yeah.
And I was actually surprised. It was like 2 shades lighter. after I was done sweeping. Just sweeping.
Yeah,
I was like, imagine if I'd actually thrown some water down.
Yeah. People are about. Some people get the brush out, they scrub it.
Yeah. And I personally find it annoying that as I'm sweeping, like, you walk by and like, you look at me. Like, why are you looking at me, bitch? Keep walking. Like, you know what I mean?
You don't like that? You're not a fan of the community?
No. Because you're not congratulating me. It's like you're looking at me like I'm retarded. You know what I mean? Like, don't look at me.
Why is just, what are these looks?
Don't look at me while I'm sweeping. I'm working. Like, you know what I mean?
But
Like
it's like a whistle while
like
you
a Bizarro Land type of thing, you know?
Some people like to...
No, that's not me.
Maybe they think you're cute.
I get aggressive when I'm sweeping.
You get aggressive when you feel like you're in a vulnerable position?
Because like they're walking by fast, and as they walk in front of you where you're sweeping, they walk slow because they want to watch what you're doing. But now you have to wait for them to get out your way. Like,
but you can crush all that with just like a hey, what's up? Or hey, how's it going? Yeah. You think you can crush all that, right? And no. That's too much?
That's too much.
It's just better to be reactive and say go fuck yourself, huh?
Something like that, but I say it in my head. Because like at the end of the day, like usually when I'm sweeping or something like that, I'm on my positive vibes. I'm like, you know. So like I notice the people, like I say something bad in my head, and then the other little voice scolds me, and then like I continue, and then I look at the sky, and the sky's blue, whatever. Yeah.
Is that what makes it feel better? Just looking up at the sky, right?
Yeah, because that's pretty clean up there.
It's pretty clean for now.
For now, you know. Now with higher gas prices, you know, it'll be a little cleaner.
It'll be a little cleaner, maybe. We'll see until we start polluting that. Who knows? Would you go to space? If Jeff Bezos gave you a little ride along, would you go?
Of course. But I have 10 million.
Yeah.
Not for Jeff Bezos.
Or would you take an underwater tour? What would be the coolest, like, random rich thing to do to spend $10 million?
Well, if you think about it, underwater gets dark. What are you looking at?
Well, then you get the little lights. I don't know.
Then you see the little ugly fish. Little dark.
Obviously, I came from no money. My imagination is not really high in this. What would you do?
All jokes aside, what I would do, if I was rich and like I just wanted to spend
$10 million on some random fun event. Like all the poor people who need it. What would you spend it on?
Then you'd have to spend it on the party. You
would do a big party.
Yeah, because
Festival of Fools.
Festival of Fools, you know what I mean?
It's so funny. You don't like people talking to you on the street. But you do care for them enough to have a party.
No, because think about it. All jokes aside, like let's say I rent a plane.
Yeah.
I have this big plane. Then it's like, that's fun for like 5 minutes. And then people are going to be like, let me off. Let me off the plane.
But you're going into space, or you're going in a crazy plane, or you're seeing some funky shit.
I'm the guy, except for Rodin. Like I look at the painting and I go, okay. I see what he did. You know what I mean? But a party that's gonna last for hours, and like you can invite everybody, and then after a certain while, if you're willing to pay to come into the party, you can come in too. And then maybe open bar if you're not afraid of getting sued.
There you go.
Entertainment, whatever.
That's awesome. Pedro, where can the people find you besides the library?
Besides the library? All jokes aside, nowhere.
Nowhere. Not even.
Nowhere I want you to find me, I should say.
Yeah, if you see him sweeping up his sidewalk, you better
keep walking.
Keep walking until he gets rich. He's gonna throw you a party. And if you see him using chargers.
If Jeff Bezos hears about that, no trip on the take spaceship.
Yeah, be ready.
Party.
Pedro's a big man. He's gonna call you fat. Just get ready, because he feels that right too.
I would never call you that to your face unless you're obnoxious.
Those are the rules, people.
There's rules.
Follow me, Tyler Matthews. Give me a like and subscribe. You can find me on Instagram, Mr. Tyler Matthews, on Twitter, Mr. Tyler Matthews. Pedro, thank you so much for being on the show.
All right, good to see you, man.
Good to see you, man.
All right.
We got that shit.
That was pretty cute.